Hey, what's up guys? Gons here for the Face Like the Sun YouTube channel. Just wanted to relay this quick story to you. It's been out there for a few days, but I thought I'd cover it because I think it's important for the overall picture. So many outlets are now reporting that genetically modified mosquitoes are being released to combat the Zika virus. Wired.co.uk reported GM mosquitoes could block spread of Zika in Florida, and it says that genetically modified mosquitoes could be released in Florida to block the spread of the Zika virus after the FDA confirmed they would cause no significant threat to the environment. Of course, this opens up a whole discussion about the ethics of genetic modification. We've done it to crops in the public sector and now little insects, which is an interesting thing to think about in terms of intelligently controlled bugs, for lack of a better term. The propaganda is there with Ant-Man, and I remember seeing a story about mosquito drones hit the alternative news media over the past year or two. So these things are out there, but again, what kind of foreshadowing is this for the bigger picture? And, you know, I talk a lot about transhumanism and artificial intelligence, even space tied into that, because I think it's all connected, but I haven't really touched on the whole idea of the Zika virus and all this stuff. But I think now there's absolutely prophetic significance to this, because biblically speaking, in Exodus 10, verse 4, it talks about how God brought Locust into Egypt, and the obvious prophetic passages starting at Joel. And of course, there's even mention of it in the book of Isaiah and the book of Amos and stuff like that. But the one I want to focus on is the book of Revelation, because that's yet future. And we're talking about the trumpet judgments here. In Revelation 9, verse 3, this is after the bottomless pit is open. What comes out? Locusts on the earth. And they were given power like the power of scorpions of the earth. They were told not to harm the grass of the earth or any green plant or any tree, but only those people who did not have the seal of God on their foreheads. They were allowed to torment them for 5 months, but not to kill them. And their torment was like the torment of a scorpion when it stings someone. And in those days, people will seek death and will not find it. They will long to die, but death will flee from them. So we see here what appears to be physical locust, but as the bottomless pit opens, and we've talked about what this is, the bottomless pit, the abyss, as this opens, which I think is a dimensional thing, but the bridge being technology, being the virtual world, all this stuff, once it manifests physically, we're talking about some kind of creature here. And we read more about these locusts a little later. In the appearance, the locusts were like horses prepared for battle. On their heads were what looked like crowns of gold. Their faces were like human faces, their hair like women's hair, and their teeth like lions' teeth. They had breastplates like breastplates of iron, and the noise of their wings was like the noise of many chariots with horses rushing into battle. They have tails that stings like scorpions, and their power to hurt people for 5 months is in their tails. They have as king over them the angel of the bottomless pit. His name in Hebrew is Abaddon, and in Greek he is called Apollyon. In the last video, we talked about the Apollo Brain Project, right? They're trying to create artificial intelligence, reverse engineer the brain. And I saw some good comments, some good questions that were brought up in the comment section about whose brain, and is it a live brain? Is it a dead brain? They didn't really say that in the article. That's a great question, because we really don't know. It doesn't tell us the details of this project, the Apollo Brain Project. And we talked about how that can open up the bottomless pit and have this Abaddon thing come out. And in the process, it looks like these locusts are also released. And what I find interesting is the part about the breastplates of iron. Obviously, Daniel 2:43 talks about iron mixing with miry clay, but not cleaving to one another. So that's a strong possibility that it has something to do with this whole transhumanist thing. And then, of course, when you just go through the description of these locusts who are like horses prepared for battle, I mean, they are hybrids. Their faces were like human faces. Okay, imagine that. Their hair like women's hair, and their teeth like lions' teeth. Okay, a human face, long hair, teeth like lions. That's kind of a description of a hybrid being, in my opinion. So it's there one way or another. Now, you know, of course, the whole idea of, is the church going to be here? Is it not? My personal opinion, when this event occurs here, we are gone. Not that I am pre-tribulation, but I'm actually pre-wrath, and I have videos on that, and I talk about that. And just as a side note, I think the mention here of those with the seal of God, that's actually talking about the 144,000, which was mentioned back in Revelation 7. So those are the 12,000 from each tribe of Israel, and those are the ones with the seal of the living God, as it says here early in Revelation 7. So that's not the church described as being there, in my opinion. But I think what we're seeing with the stories like this, genetically modified mosquitoes, that are going to go help fight Zika in Florida. These ideas, it's just opening up a Pandora's box, and it's opening up the possibilities and the realms of what we see in biblical prophecy. So it's not that this is fulfilling Bible prophecy. It's that these stories are actually supporting an ultimate fulfillment that the Bible talks about, which is not good. This is God's judgment, okay? This is God's wrath on the world. And as believers, the practical application here is to understand this and to get people saved, because, whatever model you have of the rapture or whatever, you want people saved. You're seeing this is just, like a small ripple coming at us, knowing that there is a bigger wave behind it, right? So, we know the times are short. We know things are getting more intense. So it's just another dot to connect into the scriptures, Revelation 9, the trumpet judgments, and looking at it through these eyes of, okay, what's happening in the world around us, and what does the Bible clearly describe here, which is some sort of crazy hybrid being with the ultimate arrival of the Hebrew Abaddon, Greek Apollyon, king over them, the angel of the bottomless pit. And the timing of all this, again, isn't the issue here. I know we get wrapped up in that conversation, but I think we should steer clear of really arguing over that fact. I think we can have discussions, but arguing over the timing is really fruitless at this point in the game, because the stories are coming at us so fast. I think we're at a point in time where we have to start praying together. We have to create some sort of deeper fellowship within our local communities. That's a really important thing that I've been really trying to harp on recently. So anyway, that's all I have for today. Let me know what you think about this whole Zika thing. Drop links. I know there's tons of stories and videos and stuff done on this topic already, so please share that so the community can raise awareness of these issues. But don't fear, because Jesus is coming back. Hope you have an awesome day. God bless.